Dear students, in this particular video, we are going to learn how to create a balance sheet. Let's say this is the question that is given to me. This is the particular question given to me with the company Zomato Limited, and this is the balance sheet. As on 31st March 2022. That means this is the opening balance sheet as my year is starting from 2022 to 2023. Now, the opening balance sheet is given in the question. I will first create this balance sheet in my Tele software. Then I will pass some journal entries, I'll pass adjustment entries, I'll pass voucher entries, and then automatically the Tele software will create the closing balance sheet for the year 2022-2023. Okay. Now, in this I can see that on the left hand are my liabilities and the right hand there are the assets. We know that the ledger balances of furniture account, investments account, creditor account, the ledger balances of these accounts are appearing in the balance sheet. Hence, that means I will need to create ledgers over here in the Tele software for my balance sheet to start appearing. Okay. So, what do I do? I either have the option of creating individual ledgers by single creation, but that takes a lot of time. So, we can create the ledgers through chart of accounts. And over here, I can see the term masters. What does master mean? Masters mean that instead of me creating one individual single ledger, I can create multiple ledgers through one screen itself. It is very time saving, and hence we use accounting masters to create ledgers. Once I select on this screen, I can see by default Tele provides me 28 groups and 2 ledgers. On this screen, I'll go to multi-masters. Over here, I'll select multi-create and this screen starts appearing. This process is called as multi-ledger creation. So I will be creating all the ledgers that are provided in this particular balance sheet and exactly replicate this balance sheet on the Tele software. First thing I can see over here is my capital balance of 20 lakh. So I will start and first entry with the capital account under the heading list of groups. It's capital. So I'll select capital account and the balance of the capital in the question is 20 lakh. 20 lakh. Okay. The CR is automatically appearing because it is a credit balance. Capital is a credit balance. So I can see my capital ledger is created. I will press enter and my second ledger I can start with here. In the question, if I see, I have general reserve and then I have other liabilities. So first of all, I will finish reporting all these ledgers and then I will move to liabilities, to the assets. So the second creation over here is going to be the general reserve. Now, we all know that general reserves will come under the heading reserves and surplus. So I will select reserves and surplus. The balance of general reserve given in the question is 10 lakh. So I will put 10 lakh. Again, it is a credit balance. Once I'm done, I will press enter and I can keep putting my other liabilities over here. Please note, I am not creating profit and loss account over here because profit and loss account ledger is by default created by Tele as a primary account. Okay. So I will start with secured loan and I will categorize secured loan under the heading secured loan. And the amount of secured loan given in question is 8 lakh. Okay. Then in the question, I can see in the question after capital, after general reserve, P&L is by default in the question. I will edit the information later. The next is secured loan. I have already created secured loan. The next is debentures, 2,50,000. So now I will create debentures of 2,50,000. You'll ask me, ma'am, where should I classify debentures? So debentures are unsecured loans. I can see in this screen, unsecured loan is not visible. So I'll press on this downward arrow. I'll keep pressing on this downward arrow until the letter U starts appearing. I can see unsecured loans are the last. So I will select unsecured loans. Under unsecured loans, I am going to put the amount as 2,50,000. Then the next I have are the creditors. As you can see in the next item, we have creditors. Creditors also, if you see in detail in the question, you have the company debtors and creditors. There is Amit, there is Sumit, and there is Naveen. So we will be creating these creditors at a later stage. The next item that I have in the balance sheet are my bills payable. I will start creating my bills payable over here. Bills payable. Now, the bills payable are basically nothing but your current liabilities. So I will put the bills payable under current liabilities, and the amount of bills payable is 75,000. The next one is provision for tax. This question has been shared along with the video. You can find the download link in the description. Provision for tax as provided in the question is 33,000. So we will be selecting 30, we will be entering 33,000. As far as the category is concerned, it is a provision. So we will be selecting provision and amount will be 33,000. The next item is your salaries outstanding. Salaries outstanding. And salaries outstanding, again, they are liabilities. So I'll put them under current liabilities. And the amount given in question is 25,000. Then I have rent outstanding. Rent outstanding. Again, current liabilities. And the amount is going to be 37,000. I can see that as per the balance sheet, except the P&L account and the creditors, I have recorded all these items in my balance sheet credit side. Can you see all the credit balances? I can go on and put all the asset items over here as well. So I'll do what? I'll start putting land and land and machinery. Land and machinery being an asset, so I will specify over here that it is a fixed asset. It is a fixed asset. Fixed asset, and the amount given in question is 15 lakh. Can you see? Automatically, when once you classify that it is a fixed asset, it will show the balance as a debit balance. Okay. The next item is, okay, sorry, it's not land and machinery. It's we will alter these details. This is land and building, and the next one is plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. If there is some mistake that you also have done, we can alter these ledgers. We can alter these ledgers. I'll show the method how to alter these ledgers as well. Just like a mistake I have done over here, it is going to be land and building. I can edit any mistake that I do at any stage. Okay. So plant and machinery over here is going to be 18 lakh. The next one is furniture. Furniture given in the question is 1 lakh 70. Now, should I classify furniture as fixed assets? No. Fixed assets? Yes, fixed assets over here 1,70,000. Furniture is my fixed asset, land and building is my fixed asset, plant and machinery are my fixed assets. Okay. Then the next asset I have is investments. Over here, I will be entering investments under the heading investment. Investment is of 80,000. Next, I have cash in hand. Just like P&L account, cash in hand is also by default created by Tally. So I will skip cash in hand, and the next item, as you can see, I have created land and building, plant and machinery, furniture, investments, cash in hand. I will edit the amount later. The next item over here is Punjab National Bank and State Bank of India. These are the bank balances. So I will create Punjab National Bank, Punjab National Bank. This is a bank account, so I will select bank account. The amount given in question is 15 lakh, so I will be selecting 15 lakh. The next account is your State Bank of India, so I will be selecting State Bank of India. The amount given in question for State Bank of India is 1,75,000. And for Punjab National Bank, the amount given was 2,25,000. 1,75,000. And the next item given in question, the next item given in question are your prepaid expenses, then you have stock, then you have bills receivable, and then you have debtors. Now, as you can clearly see in the question, as you can clearly see in the question, the stock items are also mentioned over here. The goods, the inventory or the stock, they are clearly mentioned 3,95,000 over here. Similarly, for the debtors list is provided over here. So whenever we have a list, we will be creating the debtors and the stock items separately. The rest of the items, prepaid expenses and bills receivable, I will create in the balance sheet itself. Okay. So over here, the next one being your prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses will be shown as a current asset, and the amount of prepaid expenses is 5,000. Then we will insert bills receivable. Please note I am not mentioning stock over here, as I need to individually define the stock item receivable. Bills receivable, again a current asset. Now, the bills receivable amount given in question is 85,000. Okay. So, by now you can check that except the profit and loss account, except the creditors, except the cash in hand, and except the debtors, I have put all these ledger balances on this particular screen. Okay. Once I'm confident that all these items are correct, I will accept it. Okay. Now, once I've accepted, I will cross it and I'll go back to my home screen. This is the moment where I will want to check my balance sheet. So, how can I check my balance sheet? I go to the reports. The first section is your balance sheet. I can see over here that my balance sheet is appearing. I want to see a detailed view of this particular balance sheet. So, I'm going to select F5 and I will select press detailed. As soon as I do this, my detailed horizontal view of the balance sheet starts appearing. I can see the reserves and surplus 10 lakh, capital 20 lakh, loans are given, provision, bills payable, rent outstanding, salary outstanding. P&L, the balance is still not visible because I have not edited it. Then furniture, land and building, plant and machinery, investments, in the stock there is nothing because I'm yet to edit it. In the cash in hand there is nothing because I'm yet to edit it. BR, these are the bank accounts, the two bank accounts, SBI and Punjab National Bank. This is the bills receivable, and these are the prepaid expenses. There's a difference in the balances of 1,80,000. This is because I'm yet to put the cash item, the closing stock item, and the P&L balance. Okay. As soon as I put those items, then my balance sheet will start balancing over here. Now, as to create the stock item and to create the debtors and the creditors, we will see that in next video. But as far as the P&L account is concerned and the cash in hand account is concerned, we will go to alter. Under alter, either we can manually enter alter, or we can go to chart of accounts, ledgers, multi masters, and multi alter. Under multi alter, I have different accounts. So I will go to cash in hand over here, and I can edit the cash balance. The cash balance given in the question is 30,000. 30,000. Once I'm confident that this amount is correct, I will accept it. Okay. From the same screen, I can edit the P&L account as well, or I can do one more thing. I can check all the ledgers that are visible to me. I can check all the ledgers that are visible to me. Over here, I can see the profit and loss account is visible. So I'll go to profit and loss account. I can see it is shown as primary, and I cannot alter the classification of P&L as it is the primary account. Do you want to use it as income and expense account? Income and expense, as we know, it is your for your NPOs, so we don't want to use it as an income and expense account. Now, I don't have to alter anything else. I will just provide the opening balance over here. The opening balance of P&L account given in the question is 8 lakh rupees. So I will put 8 lakh over here. 8 lakh, and I will accept it. Okay. I can see my cash balance is already coming to be 30,000 as I edited it through multi masters. I can do that with the individual alter screen as well. This is the alter screen. Here I can go and alter any ledger. At this moment, I would want you to recall that one ledger that we created called the land and machinery, we want to rename it as land and building. So we select it, and we again basically edit the name of the land and machinery. We edit the land and machinery, and we mention land and building. So over here, I am changing it, and I am mentioning land and building. Okay. The balance is 15 lakh, so I will accept it. All right. Then I go to the balance sheet, and now I can check the detailed view by clicking on F5. I can see there is still a balance of 9,50,000, but I can see the cash in hand is of 30,000, and I can also see that the opening balance of P&L account is visible in the question as 8 lakh rupees. Okay. I can see that it is visible over here, 8 lakh rupees, and the cash in hand is 30,000. There are no debtors or creditor in the question, hence there is a difference in the opening balance. Okay. Now, in the next video, we will learn how to create debtors, and we will learn how to basically incorporate this information on the stock items as well as this debtors and creditors. Okay. As soon as we put this information, our